A very warm hello and welcome to the Policy Bazaar Show, your weekly dose of news and views related to insurance. I'm Chaiti Narula. This is a show where every week we bring in experts to help you understand a new subject within this vast and very important field. And here are all the headlines from the world of insurance. Rising toll sparks big rush to buy insurance. Over 6 million people bought health policies for a sum insured of at least 2 trillion rupees during April to August. About 50% term policy buyers opt cover of 1 crore rupees or more during April to August as per a Policy Bazaar report. As per the Health Ministry data, there is a rise in fatalities amongst the working class in the age group 30 to 59 years. Best time to invest in term insurance for the salaried and self-employed class. Finance Ministry seeks inter-ministerial view on Life Insurance Corporation IPO. Key changes in health insurance come into effect from this 1st October, making these plans broader, simplified and more consumer-friendly. The global health insurance market is expected to reach 2021.62 billion US dollars by 2027 as per a new report. Today's topic is investment in the times of COVID-19. Joining me to throw light on this matter in this discussion is Vivek Jain. He's the head of investments at policybazaar.com. Vivek has an experience of 8+ years, a postgraduate diploma in management from IIM Calcutta. He, in his current role, has been instrumental in driving the product innovation in savings and investments. He's one of the calmest members, we're being told, of the team with a hidden talent for whistling as well. Welcome to the show, Vivek. It's a pleasure to have you with us on India Today.
Thanks, Jyoti. Thank you.
So, Vivek, let's begin. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to wreak havoc on the global economy. According to you, is it the right time to invest in the markets at the moment?
So, you're right, Chetty. I think given the current COVID-19 situation, the markets have been very, very volatile. And the markets had actually gone down from their highest peak of about 41,000 points to the low of 28,000. And now they've come back to about 37,000 range. But if we look at historically as well, in the past, whenever such large pandemics have hit globally, like for example, if you talk about the SARS virus in 2003-2004, or if you talk about the Ebola virus in 2013-14, and even the Zika virus in 2015-16, although the market had shown a downturn during when the pandemic was on its rise, and the market fell by about 15 to 20%, the pullback in the market in the next 1 year was very, very strong. And in the case of SARS, actually it was as high as about 84%. And even in the case of Ebola or Zika, the market rebound was about 42%, giving 42% returns in the next 1 year. I think these are situations where basically because of the whole pandemic situation, it is a temporary phase where the markets have really gone down. But the market rebound should be very strong once the whole vaccine comes up and things start to settle down, maybe in the early parts of 2021. One common mistake that a lot of investors do is panic at this moment and exit the market. I think unless there is a very, very immediate short-term liquidity requirement, I would never advise people to exit the market at this point of time, because they will then incur losses of the invested amount that they have done.
That's right. So panic selling is something, according to you, that needs to be avoided at this point of time. Now, Vivek, what is the biggest fear in the minds of the consumer today, given the high market volatility, as you were highlighting as well, with so many ups and downs? And how should one think of allaying all these concerns?
So I think you're right. I think the biggest fear in investing in such a choppy market, which is going up and down for the last 6 months, I think is when people, especially people who are new investors, they fear that what happens if the hard-earned money that they're investing in the market, that also gets washed away. I think the biggest fear that the investors have is their investment amount getting washed away. So I think to solve for that, what we have also done at Policy Bazaar, and this is something that we have developed in the last 6 to 8 months, is come up with an innovative combo solution, which is a capital guarantee solution. So basically, capital guarantee solution is nothing but what we have done is we have combined a market-linked ULIP plan with a non-participating guaranteed return insurance plan. So what happens in this plan basically is that the premiums or the money that the customer is paying, that is guaranteed and that will be returned at the end of the policy term. And the customers will still get the upside from the market. So part of the money that goes in the guaranteed return plan basically returns the amount invested at the end of maturity, and the customer can still enjoy the upside of the market.
But one concern here is, Vivek, that, and correct me if I'm wrong, as far as ULIPs are concerned, which is unit-linked insurance plans are concerned, there's a long period of a lock-in. So liquidity concerns usually arise for people who really want to get out of it or are concerned about wanting that liquidity immediately as well, right?
So yeah, you are right. I think so. ULIPs have one constraint that they have. They come in with a 5-year lock-in period. So for people who are looking at immediate liquidity, I think then they should maybe they should look at maybe fixed deposit, bank fixed deposit, or debt mutual funds, which are also kind of risk-free and they can provide liquidity. But if the investment horizon is greater than 5 years, I think online ULIPs are a very good option. And why I say online ULIPs? Because the online ULIPs don't have very low charges. There are no premium allocation charges. There are no policy admin charges. There are no commissions that get deducted from the customer's premium. So basically, what the customer is left with is fund management charges, which also is capped at about 1.35%. The new age ULIP returns the mortality charges also on maturity.
Sure.
So I think if the investment horizon is more than 5 years, I think ULIPs are a good option.
That's very interesting to note, and that's very good information and news that our viewers can use today as far as ULIPs are concerned. Now, keeping in mind the current scenario, Vivek, what is your advice to the youngsters? They need to plan their investments. They need to create a rainy day fund as well. It becomes very important because COVID pandemic has taught us this one thing, that a rainy day fund is a must. What, according to you, is the right investment product for them?
Given the current COVID-19 scenario where there is even a lot of uncertainty on the job security or on the salary cut as well, I think people should always create a 6 month worth of rainy day fund. But what I mean by this is, supposing if your monthly expenses, including your house rent, if people have kids, their kids' education fees, and the household expenses, if they come up to about 50,000 rupees a month, they should keep about 6 months of expenses, which in this case would be about 3 lakh rupees. They should keep about 3 lakh rupees aside in a very liquid asset, which can be a fixed deposit or a debt mutual fund. And any amount that is over and above that, that is something that they should start investing in their life goals. So I would say that COVID-19 should not become a reason to stop investing for your life goals. If somebody maybe say after 5 years or 10 years wants to go buy a house or wants to plan for their retirement 20 years later. So after setting aside a rainy day fund, which is an emergency fund that they should not touch, I think they should start investing for their future.
No, that's very interesting, what you mentioned, Vivek, that COVID-19 should not be the reason that one must stop investing. Rather, COVID should be a learning experience for people to start investing, because that's what the pandemic has rather taught us, to create these rainy day funds, because you never know where life takes you. Now, talking about the retirement variant of capital guarantee solution products that you have introduced at Policy Bazaar, how do these plans work? If you could just bring our viewers up to speed on that front, and what are the prominent features that guarantee good return to the customers as well?
So as I told you, Chetty, that basically capital guarantee solutions are nothing but a combination of a ULIP plan and a guaranteed return insurance plan. What we have done in the retirement variant is basically we have combined a whole life ULIP. A whole life ULIP basically is a ULIP which has a policy term of 99 years. We have combined that with a guaranteed return fixed income product. So what happens is, say you are investing monthly for the next 10 years or 15 years for your retirement. At the retirement age, whatever money you have invested, that gets returned to the customer and that is guaranteed. And after that, the customer will still get a monthly pension till he or she is alive. The pension is tax free. Even the lump sum amount that you get at retirement, that is also tax free, and the pension is also tax free.
No, that's very important for our viewers to understand this point as well. Given the current scenario with the COVID crisis, Vivek, would it be a better idea to invest in insurance plans that offer guaranteed returns versus going for these debt mutual funds? What's your advice on this?
So I think the new age guaranteed return plans offer returns about 5.5 to 6%, and these are guarantees for long term, for term as long as about 25 years. So I think two three benefits of these guaranteed return plans. One, they again come with a life cover, which is 120 times of the monthly premium that you are paying. The returns, so they are eligible of benefit under Section 80C at the time of investment, and they are also basically tax free when you get the return. One another thing why these guaranteed return plans are more safer than even debt mutual funds is because of how the regulation is, that for the insurance companies, they have to mandatorily invest about 50 to 60% of the money in government security. So basically, in a way, this becomes even more safer than debt mutual funds.
Now, moving on, we see we have some great options, like you suggested, for the youngsters, for the retired segment here on the investment side. What is your advice now to parents here who are watching this broadcast for their kids? Do we also have some children's plans or child plans that you guys are offering at Policy Bazaar?
The child plans in insurance basically come with an inbuilt waiver of premium option. What I mean by waiver of premium option, basically in case anything happens to the parent during the premium paying term, immediately the life cover will be given to the nominee, which in a case of a child plan is generally a child. The second part is the future premiums of this plan are paid by the insurance company. So the plan still continues. And in some of the plans, you also get a monthly income which can take care of the school fees on a monthly basis. And again, because these are insurance plans, the investment amount and the returns are all tax free.
You know, when one invests directly in the equity markets, there's fair amount of risk appetite that one even needs to have, especially in times like this with the COVID-19 pandemic and the way in which the economy is going. How is Policy Bazaar ensuring that the customers have a secure investment journey through the products available on the platform at an uncertain time like today?
So basically, what we have done is we have structured our product portfolio into maybe three types of customer segments. So for people who want only guaranteed returns, so we have 100% guaranteed return plans, which give about 5.5-6% tax-free returns. So these are investments which will be better than FD, because FDs will right now give you about 5 to 5.5%, but they will be taxable. The returns that come from there will be taxable. The second segment, and which is the most popular segment on our website right now, is the capital guarantee plans, wherein the capital, that the money that the customer is investing is safe, but the customer still gets the upside from the market. And typically, if you go by historical returns, these plans will give about 8 to 10% returns, which are tax free. And to cater to the third segment of customers who want to basically get the best returns, and they are okay to take some risk in terms of and they have a longer term 5 year plus horizon. Then we have the new age ULIPs, which are low cost, basically, and even the mortality charges where are returned at the time of maturity.
No, it's very interesting to note the fact that you mentioned the capital guaranteed plans, where in an FD you get about 5 to 5.5 odd percent of returns, and here you're looking at an 8% thereabout return. So on an average, say about 2.5% upside, and on top of that being tax-free, that's going to be something that will give that amount of comfort that the investor even requires, and your offering at Policy Bazaar is fantastic on that note as well. With that, it's time for a short break. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more. Welcome back to the Policy Bazaar show. I'm Chaiti Narula. We now have an interesting segment for our viewers. Yehi hai right choice. It is vital now for every working class citizen to make the right investments. It's the need of the hour. And these could be relevant for different age groups, demographics, and behavioral patterns as well. So how does one choose the right plan for making an investment? Vivek here is here to help us understand these different plans that are out there for the taking. Over to you, Vivek.
Let me start with a child investment plan, and if people are watching and want to plan for their children's future education or marriage, so I think then investment is a very, very good option because the insurance plans in child basically come in with a inbuilt waiver of premium option, wherein the insurance company pays the future premium in case anything happens to the parent, which unlike any other plans where you will invest for your child, you will not get, because once anything happens to the parent, the plan then stops there itself. So in case of insurance, the plan continues, the future premiums are paid by the insurance company, and at the time of death of the parent, you also get a lump sum assured, which is the life cover, which is given to the child. And some plans also give a monthly income to basically run the household expenses or pay the child's fees. So some of the top plans in this category are basically HDFC Life, Click to Wealth, waiver of premium. We have Bajaj Allianz Future Gain, and we have Max Life online savings plan with the child option. So these are the three that, and we have many more on our website. Okay, coming to the second part, which is basically if people want to plan their retirement. So I think I would like to break that question into two parts. One is for people who are near the age of 50 or above 50, basically nearing their retirement. They can invest in annuity plans, wherein you give a fixed lump sum amount one time, and you start getting a pension either from the next month if you want, or you can delay the pension to 10 years. So maybe starting the pension 10 years later, you get a guaranteed pension as long as you are alive. There are variants available in this, wherein you can basically also leave a legacy behind. So apart from the pension that you get lifelong, the amount that you have initially invested can be given to the nominee after your demise. So this is one for people who are already crossed the age of 50. But for people who are in their early 30s or mid 30s, and they are looking to plan for their retirement, I would suggest they should go with plans wherein they can invest monthly for the next 10-15 years. And their pension can then start at the age of 55 or 60. So here again, we have a couple of options, couple of types of plans. One is the whole life ULIP, which is basically nothing but a ULIP with a 99-year policy term. And you get a tax-free pension in this option, which is basically market linked. But you also, in that, you have options for debt funds as well as equity funds. So you can allocate between debt funds and equity funds as you want. The fourth option is basically the typical pension ULIP plans, which as one advantage comes with a capital guarantee. But the downside there is that only 60% of the corpus that you get is tax-free, 40% gets converted into a taxable pension on a monthly basis. So this is around retirement. I think people, if I talk about youngsters and in youngsters, if you are a very aggressive investor, then I would recommend you go with online ULIPs if you have a horizon of more than 5 years. Why online ULIPs? Because online ULIPs don't have any policy admin charge, any premium allocation charge. There is no commission that gets charged from your investment amount. So 100% of your money gets invested. There are mortality charges which also get returned at the time of maturity. The only cost that is there, which is the fund management charges, and that also is capped at 1.35%. On the other hand, if you are a conservative investor, you don't want to risk your money in the market, I think we have a very, very interesting solution that you should check out, which is the capital guarantee solution, wherein the premiums that you're paying are guaranteed and will be returned at the time of maturity of the policy, irrespective of how the market is performing. Even if the market is down by 15% at that time, your premiums are still safe. But in case, which is the more probable situation, if the markets give you better returns, you also get the upside of the market. So I think people who are more conservative should look at this option, and we will give you about 8 to 10% returns, which are tax-free.
Well, with that, it's a wrap. Here's hoping you'll do some research and figure out the right investment plan for yourself. Thank you so much, Vivek, for offering this comprehensive insight and all these comprehensive insights for all our viewers right there. It was just such a pleasure having you on the show. Keep watching the Policy Bazaar show.